What's up, guys? Welcome back to CagedIn MMA. It's your host, Ebit Sochiwa, and this is UFC 299, baby. I am recording this a bit late. It's fight night, actually, tonight. So, I'm going to make it quick. And yes, sir, let's go ahead and get to it. This is episode 14. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a little minute doing all UFC major events, right? And like the UFC 299 and then UFC 300, etc. So let's get into it. You guys already know how we start this. Calling out Dana White. Dana White, bro, I've been big fan for so long, and I'm just trying to experience a fight in person. I've never seen one in person. I've just watched pay-per-views, etc. And I always buy the fights. So these ticket prices, you don't go come to ATL, so it's an issue there, bro. But I got all these collectibles and Prime. Come on, it's time, Bruce Buffer. So I'm just trying to go out, experience a fight, and I can't wait for that to happen. So Dana White, I'm calling you out so you can invite me, bro. I've been a huge fan for over 10 years, been watching the sport consistently. I don't believe maybe one or two big events I've missed in the past, again, like 10 years, but man, I've been a huge fan for so long. So anyways, next we got trivia, baby. So you guys already know. Ask 3 questions. If you guys get it right, pat yourself on the head or whatnot. And if you get it wrong, then tell somebody to punch you. Cause bro, come on, keep up. So this one, the first one is a little tricky. So just listen to the question good, I guess. So when was Sean O'Malley's promotional debut? His promotional one. All right. It was December 1st, 2017 at the Ultimate Fighting Finale Season 26. So, you got that right. Good job. He did have a fight before that. And obviously, he's had his amateur, etc., whatever. But he had a fight before that in July 18, 2017 against Kazakian. So, you might have said that one, but who knows? But if you said what I said, the right answer, December 1st, 2017. Good job. Next, we got second question. When did Cheeto Vera last fight O'Malley? Give you guys a few seconds. So, he fought Cheeto Vera, last fought Sean O'Malley, August 15th, 2020. So, it brings up we're almost 4 years. Big difference, both of them kind of have fought different contenders, etc. Both been doing very well. Obviously, Sean O'Malley is champion. Cheeto, he's been dominant fighter lately. So yeah, man, honestly, this should have happened a while ago. Not like the rematch again. Honestly, the rematch should have happened again. It was weird. We'll get into that. But anyways, if you got that right, good job. Last but not least, last question. Third one. Third question. What promotion did Michael Venom Page fight in? You guys don't know Michael Venom Page, bro. He's a killer. And I'm very excited to see him make his debut today. If you guys didn't know, he's making his debut today. But anyways, he fought for Bellator. He won his last fight and then became a free agency. He's fought for the Bellator championship belt. Unfortunately, he came up short. But hey, man, this guy is top notch. He's a killer. So he became a free agency and then signed with the UFC. So excited to see him. He's versing Kevin Holland tonight. And let's get into it. But anyways, let's make this quick. Let's just talk about the main event of the evening. Prelims are actually going on right now. It's crazy. And the early prelims and then the prelims happening. Can't wait to see it. So it's a banger, man. You got crazy killers that are fighting on the prelims, and even Curtis Blades, bro. I think he's the last fight, and then Munoz is the one opening it. So man, you got a lot of killers. So man, you even got Gamrot, bro. Gamrot in the prelim. So very excited for these fights. But let's go ahead and talk about the main event of UFC 299. Main card, I should say. So, first we got Piotr Jan versus Song Yadong. This is crazy. I love this fight, and honestly, like I kind of really like it, but also like it's unfortunate because I like both fighters, and you'll see why. So he's Piotr Jan. He's 16-5. He has 7 knockout wins, 1 submission win, and 3 first round finishes. Unfortunately, this is why I hate it. He's on a 3 fight loss streak against Marab, O'Malley, Sterling. He's lost to them. He's lost to Sterling twice, but not back to back because he beat Sandhagen, and then he's even beat Aldo and Uriah Faber. Like this guy has beat top contenders for sure, top fighters. Uh, and it's like it's very unfortunate because if he loses this, then where does he go? What happens? Is it I mean, I'll say this: he is fighting killers, but at the same time, it's also like and a Tony Ferguson. For a while, his first 4 losses were against killers, and then he started going down the ranks, etc. And look at him now. So hope that doesn't happen to Piotr Jan. He was one of those that many believed was going to be champ and was going to be a dominant champ. So next we got Song Yadong. He is 21-7-1. He has 9 knockouts, 3 submission wins, and 7 first round finishes. He's not on a crazy win streak. I mean, he beat he went on a he won his last fight through unanimous decision against Gutierrez. He doesn't have like I mean he's sort of getting up in the rankings, whatnot. Not just now, but he doesn't have no notable I would say contenders. Obviously, it's the UFC. All of them, are good fighters, but he's beat people like Simon Moraes. He's even beat Cheeto Vera, if you guys didn't know that. So I'm definitely excited for this fight. He's a killer. He doesn't have a bad record for MMA, especially like I said, he's 21-7-1. He does have more fights than Piotr Jan, but I'm very excited for this fight. They're both great all around. Both have knockout power. Even I mean, Piotr Jan only has 1 submission win, but again, the record comparison, it's pretty much equal. So next, we got Jack Della. Okay, so after Piotr Jan, I actually like this fight because Burns is coming back, and I should have entered that. So if you guys didn't know, Burns is fighting again, not like coming back like he was on a layoff, but he's always excited to see. But anyways, Jack Della Maddalena, he is 16-2, and he's going against Gilbert Torino Burns. So we got Jack. He has 11 knockouts, 2 submission wins, and 8 first round finishes. He is on a sort of a win streak against Holland. He's beat Holland. Holland is actually fighting tonight as well. Can't wait for that. He's beat Havez and Brown. He is number 11 welterweight, which is he's pretty high compared to Burns. Like not like high on ranking, if not like he's Burns is going to be his first top 10 contender. So because it's going to get him to the top 10, even top 5 if he beats Burns because he's number 11, Burns is number 4, and kind of the same thing happened with Hamza, right? Hamza, I believe, was number 12 at the time, or probably even number 11, and then he beat Burns and immediately got bumped up to number 3. So I'm not a huge fan of like big jumps like that, but obviously it's a true test, and if they're able to beat the fighter, then they deserve to be higher, right? Or do they deserve to just be bumped up sort of in the middle? Same with like the number 4, go back more. So, anyways, let me know your opinions on that, right? The big bumps and how the ranking should be, if what they have. I believe it's appropriate. I mean, it makes sense, but let me know what you guys think. Many people have different opinions. So, next, we got Gilbert Burns. He is 22-6, 6 wins by knockouts, 9 submission wins, and 11 first-round finishes. Obviously, as we know, he is a jiu-jitsu practitioner, but he is still great on the feet. He is number 4 welterweight, just like I explained, and he did recently lose to Bilal. And Bilal is obviously a top contender, should be fighting for the title, but unfortunately, he's a boring fighter, so he's not a fan favorite, nor will he bring in the numbers. But he's beat Masvidal, Burns. Burns has beat Masvidal, Magny, Thompson, Woodley, Damian Maya. Like this guy has legit, like crazy contenders on his resume. So he's definitely been in the game for a while. He's beaten some of the best fighters in the world, and it's crazy. Obviously he lost to Usman for the title, etc. But Gilbert Burns is definitely a high class ranked contender. So very excited to see this fight. Both guys are very good, and honestly, it's going to be Jack Della's biggest test, right? So that's a no brainer. But very excited to see this one. Next, like I said, I'm kind of going quick with this one only because, like I said, I'm a bit late on this, so I'm sorry. But let me know your guys' opinion on these fight. But let's get into it. Michael Venom Page, his UFC debut. Obviously, this is his UFC debut. He doesn't have much on his record regarding the UFC, but he does have a lot in the other aspect, right? His, Bellator run and stuff like that. So, which I believe, uh, check me if I'm wrong, but I believe he started Bellator when in 2013. So, we're in 2024. He's making his UFC debut. So, let's get into it. Michael Page versus Kevin Holland. Michael Page is 21 and 2, 13 knockouts, 3 submission wins, and 13 first round finishes. He's fought in Bellator, like I said, and his main thing is a kick. He's a kickboxer, so that's his main thing. But obviously, you know, he has definitely, again, 3 submission wins, etc. He's an MMA practitioner, so he obviously practices all around. But his main his main martial art is kickboxing. So he, like I said, he doesn't have any names in the UFC. He's gonna make his first one with Kevin Holland. But let's get into Bellator, right? He's beat Goiti Yamauchi by knockout, and this was his last fight, right? Unfortunately, he lost prior to that for the belt. He lost to Storley, but he beat Douglas Lima. If you guys don't know him, he's a dog. He's actually uh, him and his brother are trainers here nearby where I live. So they're good. They run ATT. So, anyways, he's beat Douglas Lima after a loss to him in 2019 by knockout. Douglas Lima beat him in 2019, but then Michael Venom Page came back and beat him. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, UFC wise, he doesn't have a huge record, but obviously he's 21 and 2, 2 losses in MMA, and 21 wins is a big ratio, good ratio for an MMA fighter, especially obviously Bellator level. It's good, and now he's making his UFC debut in the biggest, MMA promotion. So, yeah, man, I'm very excited to see this. And then let's go ahead and get into Kevin Holland because you can't doubt this guy either. Kevin Holland, and what I like about this stylistically is that for his UFC debut, they're both strikers, right? Kevin Holland is a good I believe he's actually a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but his wrestling isn't there. So I'm very excited to see a stand-up fight. And yeah, man, I'm very excited for this. So let's go into Kevin Holland. He's 25 and 10, 14 knockouts, 7 submission wins, and 12 first round finishes. He's lost to Della, but he's beat Chiesa, or not Chiesa, Chiesa, Michael Chiesa. So he's lost to Della, which was his last fight, I believe. He's beat people like Chiesa, Ponzinibbio. Unfortunately, he lost to like Chimaev and Thompson, but he beat Oliveira by that vicious knockout. When he was on the ground. So this guy, this guy got knockout power, even though he's very lengthy. All this stuff, but you know he's beat high caliber fighters, and especially those fighters now, they're very high ranked to the people he lost to, etc. I mean, people like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. I mean, that fight was crazy, but as a striker. Like I said, styles make fights, and I'm very excited to see this fight. So, man, like I don't think it will go to the ground. I feel like Michael Venom Page, he's crazy on the feet, and if Kevin Holland is like, okay, like, he may be getting tagged here and there. I feel like Kevin Holland would be the one to push it to the ground, but do I think it will go to the ground and stay on the ground? I don't believe so. Honestly, these two dudes stand to bang. So mark my words. What do you predict? Let me know. Comment down below. So, anyways, we got the co-main event of the evening. I'm excited for this one, but at the same time, honestly, I'm just excited for this one. I was going to say, like, man, do I think this is a big jump? But at the same time, I'm gonna go ahead and explain why I think it's pretty good. So, we got Benoit Saint Denis. He is 13-1. He's going against Dustin Poirier. So he is 13-1, 4 wins by knockout, 9 submission wins, and 7 first round finishes. Obviously, he's big on the radar because of his vicious knockout last win, right? He crazy head kick. He's been good. 13-1 in MMA is very good. And again, 4 knockouts, 9 submission wins. This guy got ground game too. So, I'm very excited to see him. And obviously, he's kind of on that hype train right now because of his knockout. So, it's a, it's what catches fan base, right? So he's beat Frivola, Moises, and Bonfim. These guys are pretty much the biggest names that he's fought. So none of them like really, I would say, like, I mean, none of them, top five, etc. fighters. So Dustin Poirier will obviously, be the biggest test for him. I mean, he's Saint Denis is number 12 in his division, lightweight division. So, coming up and fighting Dustin Poirier, I mean, Dustin Poirier is risking a lot, but this is why I'm saying, like, I was debating, right? Is this great or not good? It's like Dennis is on his hype train. Poirier, it's like, where do you go from there, right? Will he even get a title shot now? Or is it kind of like, he's just fighting for the money at this point? Because it's like he's lost to Gaethje, Oliveira, and it's like, um, I mean, he got Islam, but he can't even get to Islam if he doesn't beat Gaethje and Oliveira, etc. So the lightweight division is stacked. I mean, we'll get into Dustin Poirier right now, actually, so we could talk about him more. So Dustin Poirier, he's 29-8, 15 knockouts, 7 submission wins, and 13 first-round finishes. Like I said, he's lost to people like Justin Gaethje, Oliveira. He lost to Habib, and this is where I was going, where it's like Islam, obviously, would he win to? But again, styles make fights, right? So now Dustin, he's been in the game for so long. He's fought memorable fighters and high class fighters, etc. So it's like people, for example, he's beat Chandler, you know, he's beat McGregor twice. Okay. He's beat Hooker, Dan Hooker. He's beat Holloway, Eddie Alvarez. He actually beat Justin Gaethje. If you guys didn't know, he beat him, and then they fought again. That's what the BMF title was for. Um, the second time they fought, and then obviously he got knocked out by a vicious head kick. But then he's even beat Bobby Green, right? So this guy has a lot of fighters on his resume, like high class fighters that have been in the game for a while. It wasn't like, oh, the fighter, they beat them and then they just like fell off, etc. No, these guys have always been top contenders, and Dustin has beat them. So Dustin is a crazy high class fighter. Many people believed he would even be champ, but unfortunately, again, lightweight division is one of the most stacked divisions in my opinion. Let me know your guys' opinion too. All right, and last but not least, let's go ahead and talk about Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley, right here, boy, fighting for the to maintain his championship belt. He's 17-1, 12 knockout wins, 9 first round finishes. He's beat Sterling, Jan, Munoz, Paiva, Montinho. He beat him badly by he honestly, that fight, they should have called the fight way before. because it's like I don't know if you guys remember that fight. It was a round fighter. It was a 3 round fight, and this guy literally deformed Montino's face. So it was a crazy fight. His striking, that's also why like his hype went up, obviously after mainly his debut with Snoop Dogg, etc. But anyways, he beat Almeida Wyland by the clean knockout. I don't know if you guys remember that fight against Wyland. You guys probably remember. It's the guy with the mustache, right? He looks weird, but it was the clean knockout where it's literally like he just came in with that right straight and bro, right on the chin. Guy fell and clipped him, and it was beautiful. So again, I mean, Sean O'Malley, he has a good record. His last three, I would say three fights were against very good, great fighters, high caliber fighters. And I mean Sterling obviously like this is where I believe like Sterling should have definitely put more pressure in the wrestling realm, but Sterling did talk about Sean O'Malley's, like distance control, etc. I mean Sean O'Malley is lengthy, so it's like it plays a huge part on that aspect. So it's like, people like Alex Pereira and Israel Adesanya, like these people are like very lengthy. So even when they get like, somebody attempts a takedown, they're able to defend it very well without the need of like a high, you know, background in wrestling. So who knows if Cheeto will, put that pressure on him? Who knows what Cheeto plan is, right? His game plan is, but obviously he beat him last time against the kicks, and the kicks it affected Sean O'Malley's nerve in his leg, and then his leg went limp, and then he ended up going back, going down, and then Cheeto just came in with vicious elbows and ended up making the night short. So ref ended up stopping it. This was almost 4 years ago, and I'm excited to see what's going on. Obviously, Cheeto has aged very well in the sense of like beating all these fighters after losing to Aldo and after beating O'Malley. Like, and same thing with Sean O'Malley. Obviously, Sean O'Malley is champion right now. It's crazy to think that literally the first time they fought in 2020, I remember saying like Sean O'Malley was a huge star, and everybody he was a huge favorite against Cheeto the first time, and I was like, bro, if there's a guy to bet on to beat Sean O'Malley, it's Cheeto Vera, and he ended up winning the fight. And honestly, I say it again this time, man, Cheeto Vera is definitely one of those champion you know, ship fighters. And I can't wait to see this fight. And I'm just wondering the game plan, right? I think if he keeps it stand up, I don't think, I think Sean O'Malley will win. But even in their first fight, Cheeto was doing very good. So it's like, who knows? He might take in those leg kicks against lengthy opponents, especially in this division where it's very light. And so you don't got a lot of muscle and stuff like that to work with your legs. So it's like obviously Sean O'Malley, he's pretty bony, but he's very good. He has knockout power because he's very precise and stuff. So can't wait to see this fight. Let me know your guys' prediction. And yeah, I'm excited to see this fight. And let's get into it. I'll see you guys UFC 300. Like I said, I made this one short. It's a little late. And honestly, I don't know. Let me know if you like the shorter, the better, etc. So comment down your predictions. And then if you're watching this after UFC 299, then let me know if you got this right or if my somewhat predictions or analysis were good. So, yeah, I'll see you guys for UFC 300 and peace. Thank you guys for tuning in.